Training camp's almost over here at Ball State football before the academic year starts. We're with head coach Mike Neu to wrap up the training camp conversation. Coach, just looking at the entire couple of weeks since training camp began, where have you seen the growth happen the most from this team?
I think more than anything, just seeing a group of guys with a lot of new faces in here come together, really starting with getting to know each other. In the meeting room, we spend a lot of time on that at night, just getting to know each other's story. That's kind of how we finish off each night. It's amazing how fast it goes. It's been 2.5 weeks, but we've gotten a lot of good work, especially the second week here of training camp. A lot of situational stuff, trying to make sure guys are in tune with the rules of the game. Obviously, we finished off today's scrimmage with a 2-minute situation where we're going live and letting the officials control that with a new 2-minute rule. So we've just gotten a lot of work overall there. As you said, now we shift to the school year starting, so the guys will have a full day ahead of them now with balance in academics, balance in football. But obviously guys know that every year, so it's amazing. 3 weeks from today, obviously not playing week 1, but 3 weeks from today, we'll be kicking off this season here for Team 100 at Schumann Stadium.
You mentioned the scrimmage here today. How would you assess how that went?
The one thing I was looking for with the officials here is, and I told them before the scrimmage started, hey, throw flags, throw what you see. Our guys got to know that. So I thought for the most part, especially we cleaned up some of the pre-snap stuff that took place a week ago in the scrimmage last Saturday. I thought we cleaned up some of the pre-snap stuff, which is good from a discipline standpoint. But, I think, guys went out and executed. I think there were moments that were positive for each unit, for each side of the ball. And it was great, when finishing off that 2-minute drive right there, putting Jackson out there down 2, putting some pressure on. That was a tough kick. And, he nailed it right down the middle, which was nice to see, just the operation of guys getting on and off the field and the execution in that situation at the end of practice, so guys are tired, and I thought it was good.
You said it, 3 weeks till kickoff. What do you want to see from now until that 3-week mark hits from your football team?
Yeah, just keep getting better. We got to hone in on, in training camp you move so fast. Every day is a new install. So now that the install slowed down, we really start to hone in on, who we are, what our identity is. We just got to get better every day. Each and every day we come out here, we got to attack it. We got to get better, make the most of the reps we get. And, just because we're not playing week number 1, we still got to approach it, as if we're playing week 1 and make every day that we have out here count. And make sure we get every man, in the building ready to play, because, we've seen it over and over again every year. Next man up mentality and developing depth is really important.
Coach Elliott, scrimmage to wrap up this training camp here today. How would you assess from an offensive standpoint how it went?
Well, I think this is what's obvious right now. We've got 3 weeks under our belt or whatnot of work. We've seen a lot of guys make a lot of strides, which is awesome. We've seen an offense that's starting to gel together in some ways. We got a long way to go. Thank God we don't play tomorrow. It's a process, and our guys know that, man. We're trying to attack the things that we need to attack with urgency, man. Like, hey, let's go correct the issues that we have, the mistakes that we made, and the overall underlining message that we are trying to hammer home. Every great offense, the DNA, the trademark of it is consistency. And so being able to be the same player in the same unit on the first snap and the last snap, from a conditioning standpoint, from a mental standpoint, from an execution standpoint, that's really what we're striving for. And so, man, there's flashes of really good, and we just got to aggressively, again, and with urgency, continue to clean up all the little details.
Coach, a chance to scrimmage one more time here before training camp ends. How would you assess it from a defensive standpoint?
Well, we started a little slow, but they definitely picked it up, especially the second half. I don't know what it was, but that first drive we just had a couple communication issues. But once we got that cleaned up, I was happy with what I saw. Guys were playing fast and playing physical. We've
seen Keontae Newsom kind of take the reins as a leader on this defensive group. How have you seen that transpire throughout camp?
He's been there, all off season. Ever since I got here, he really jumped right in on that role. And we have a lot of new guys and some new faces, so I think everybody kind of looks to him to set the tone, and he does a great job with it. I mean, he's vocal the way you want. He does things the right way, and he's the kind of character that guys will follow.
3 weeks until we kick this thing off for real against Missouri State. What do you want to see from the defense between now and then?
Well, we just got to clean it up a little bit, knowing our responsibilities. Obviously, it should get easier as we condense the plan down into a game plan. Right now, they got a lot in, so now it's just mastering, the fundamentals and knowing our responsibility.